back to another Bag Talk session. I am your host, Tara Chantel. Well, we tap into that spiritual bag within. I have my good sis.
That's me.
The queen.
That's me.
Pnut. Like, you are truly a close friend of mine.
Oh, of course.
And I'm so thankful to be on this journey with you.
Hey, listen, we're doing it for each other. Like I say, no, it's not competition, it's construction. We're building each other. You know?
That's what it's all about, like collaborating, coming together. I believe, like, you can elevate others and still shine.
Oh, of course. That's what I'm saying. Like, personally, I feel as though, like, me elevating others, that's elevating me too. Because I feel like, oh, I helped her out. That means I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
And it just come back. I believe in the law of the universe. Man, let's talk about it, Pnut. Pnut been doing it. Pnut been doing the damn thing.
I've been all right, girl. I've been all right.
Tell us what you been up to.
Shoot, since last time we did this, what have I been up to? I don't know. We, of course, created a web series with my best friend Whitley, and we have her in it, of course.
We in there.
A historically black school. Since then, I've started that. I started writing more. Of course, I just came out with my book. Just learning, learning. And creating, and still, like, making connections with people that I feel as though, like, I would want them to be a part of my circle because I want to be a part of their circle type thing. So it's just a bunch of stuff like that, connecting the dots.
Connecting the dots to this life
Right.
itself.
It is.
I'm trying to figure out this meaning of life. I mean, like,
that's the thing though. I feel like we shouldn't think too hard, because really we only owe ourselves, like, right now. We can't do nothing about the past. We can't do nothing about what just happened 10 minutes ago, and we can't really dwell on what's to come in the future, because who knows what happened. So we only owe ourselves, like, this moment right now. So you just gotta think like that.
How you stay in the present moment?
Just being positive. Like, sometimes, I drift off and have those moments to think of negative things, or to, like, dwell on, like I said, the past and all of that. But then that's when I think, I'm like, girl, please, like, you know what I'm saying, like, because you could have been dead. Like, that's another thing.
Going that dead.
Right, you have to live because you could have been dead. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I try not to stress or, like, hold things, you know what I'm saying, in to make me feel some type of way about life, period. So,
especially what's going on right now.
Man, talking about that Rona.
They trying to have us all feeling all over the place.
Yeah.
But despite all of that, you still truly doing your calling in life. Create a whole web series. Talk about that more with us.
Web series, a historically black school. Like I said, I have my good friend here. She played Ashley. So basically, me and my homegirl, we came up with this concept because we went to school together. In school, college, if we could do college again, we will. We would, because it's like, it was so many, like, college groomed us to become the individuals that we are now. High school was it too, but college, it seemed like that's the point of your life where I'm an adult, or I'm free, I can do whatever I want to do, but it comes with so many challenges. So and it was funny, so we just was like, all right, let's write about it. Like, we've been through this for real, like, let's write about our college experience. And that's what we did.
Wow, and it's so funny.
Yeah,
it was so dope just to even be a part. Thank you for choosing me.
Girl, no, you did it. You was Ashley. You still Ashley. We're working on season 2 now. We're working on season 2 now. Exactly, longer, because folks asked for longer episodes, which we knew that would happen. But we're working on season 2 now, and that'll be, y'all be on the lookout for that, because we definitely gonna be needing more people. So yeah.
How did you gather that kind of support? Because you had a whole squad.
And that's the biggest thing. Like, I really feel like I'm so blessed with the people that's supporting me and the people that's in my circle. Like, that carries me a long way, because I don't feel like nobody can do it by themselves. You probably can do certain things by yourself, but the squad that I have, bro, it's just like,
dang.
Yes, and I love it. Like, I love y'all. Like, that is like,
cause I gained, like, great friends from that whole experience too.
It was just the vibes on set. Like, everything was just like love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we did have set, it was like those days were like the energy was like crazy. Everybody was just like feeling it, you know.
I think it's because we black and we dope.
And that's what it is. I don't want to toot my own horn, but that's exactly what it is.
Man, talk to us about just being truly black, because you know we are Black history. We making history.
Exactly.
Talk about it,
man. Just out here being black, and because that challenges me even more. That's like, I'm doing it for us. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it for the culture. We're doing it for the blacks. You know what I'm saying? Because now black people are taking over, and I love it. Like, you know, we're not taking no's. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're creating our own now. It's like black people, we got this snap, and then we just taking over now.
Wow. I believe like the last is coming first.
Oh, come on now.
It's our time.
It is. That's why we got to keep doing what we're doing.
That's all we gotta do is keep doing what we doing. I believe that we are so successful already. And I don't know why sometimes we feel as though we're not where we're supposed to be at this very time.
But you're exactly where you're supposed to be at this very time. Like, it's growth. Like, you gotta keep growing and growing and growing. Because I know a while ago you probably thought like, oh, I want to start my own podcast. I want to start my own, you know, show. I want to start my own this. And now that you're doing that, it's like, dang, I thought, like, you know, a while ago I thought that. Now, what else can I think that I can manifest and make happen? Because you can do anything you want to do.
You can do anything you want to do. We are the creators. So how do you manifest? Like, what's your process like?
Manifest? I still write it down. I think it. Now that I'm thinking more positive about what I want to do. Like, you know, before, I can't do that. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. You know, like, I don't think like that anymore. So it's basically starting here. Every morning I just try to like wake up and be positive. You know, first of all, I'm blessed that I woke for another day. Then after that, I'm just like positive, like just positive. What can I do? Let me think it down. Let me think about it. Let me write it. I'm still texting it to my mom. Like,
oh my God, I remember you told me
I do
that.
Like, that's still a part of my process. I wake up, think about it, think positive, what I got to do. Text it to my mom, like, definitely still a part of it. Still, I know, right?
Come on, mama. So did you text your mama about the sex ed book?
Oh, speaking of the sex ed book, it's that comes from my mom's side. Like, when I was young, my mom used to read romance novels.
Right.
And so she's actually the one that created that part for me. Yes, Mom, I'm telling it. So she would do romance novels. She would read romance novels, and I would go and take the book and read. You know, I'm like, what my mom read, blah blah blah. And then I read a couple of chapters with the sex in it. So I would just find her books just to read that, just to read the sex parts or whatnot. And that stemmed from me reading from when I was younger to writing. And so I wrote something and I showed my mom, and she was like, you can't be writing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't write this. And I think I had curse words and all that. And so I overheard her on the phone with her best friend. And she was like, yeah, you know, Adrian, she wrote, because it was a play. She was like, she wrote a play and it was good too. But she got cursing and this, you know, this and that. What? So, like, it started all the way back then. It was because of her, because she used to read those romances. Like, for real.
Man.
Yes, my mom has a room full of just romance novels. And I'm like, Mama, use the, yeah.
It's not me, Mama, it's you. Yeah. You put it in me.
Right, for real.
See, I'm thinking it's the Scorpio in you.
No, girl, it's the mama in me. That's what it is. The mama, don't let her fool you. That's the mama in me. And I told my grandma too. I was like, Grandma, I wrote a book. She was like, okay, baby, what you wrote your book about? And I was like, sex. She's like, but she knows, like, even with my poems, and I was sending her a poem, and my grandma was like, I love it, Adrian. All you had to do was say this too. Next time, say that. And she's telling me sexual stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, sexual educational stuff. And I'm like, Grandma, like, you telling me to say that? All right. Once I got my grandma approval, that was it. Nobody can tell me nothing.
That was it. I wonder, why is it that we're not comfortable talking to our family about sex?
That's the thing, and that's a part of the book too. Like, not just about learning about sex, but actually becoming more open to have those conversations about sex. Because even with your partner or whatnot, sometimes, you know, you feel as though, like, I don't want to step on nobody's toes to tell you that this is what I like or this is what I don't like. So let's read about it. Let's read about it together so we can get comfortable, and you're gonna laugh because it's humor in it, so that we can express how we really feel about this topic, about this situation.
Yeah, that's necessary. Yeah. So how do you break the ice to tell your partner?
Reading it. Like, you break the ice. Like what I speak about in the book is basically being true to what you want. Don't be afraid to explain or express what you want. So it's parts of the book where you're gonna talk about things that he liked, things that she liked, or whatever the case may be. Then we're gonna talk about it together.
So what you like?
And what I like? You gotta read the book. You gotta read the book. You
gotta just drop some sprinkles in there.
You gotta read the book. Like I said, but this is the thing. I feel like everybody is different. So when it comes to that, I feel like you have to learn your partner, or learn whoever it is. Unless it's like one of the one night stands and you just do whatever you do and then that's it. But I feel like you have to learn your partner. Every person is different. Like, I can go from this person or this relationship thinking that this is exactly how I should do things, and then come to my next relationship or next person and be like, wait a minute, that worked just a while ago. You mean to tell me this is not working now? So it's basically learning who you with.
Yeah,
you have to learn who you with.
So the process of learning your partner, what elements is that, and what direction should we take?
Talking about it and trying stuff out, and like meeting at one point, as far as like, yes, I like this too, like I want to just please you type. So you come to an agreement, or you come to this meeting that this is what's going to work for us in the bedroom. But the bedroom starts, and I talk about that in the book too, the bedroom starts outside the bedroom. Like, you got to be here for most parts, unless it's one of those hit it and quit it type things that y'all like doing.
Right.
Like, it starts from outside the bedroom. Like, we have to be on that connection level. If we're on a connection level already, you can come and blow on the back of my neck, and that could do it for me. But if we're not, then it's like,
exactly. It cannot just be physical.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You really got to stimulate the mind. I truly believe that, and taking that process by just being patient, because you know how you stated about that one night stand. Okay, now you just
that's not really anything that I'm going to learn. You know what I'm saying? I can't really learn from this, or like, because I'm not coming back to you. So that one night stand is basically, that's not enough for me to prepare me to be who you need me to be in the bedroom or whatnot.
So my question, why do you think people choose the one night stand route?
I guess it depends on the situation, the circumstance. If I'm out of town and like we just having, like, not me, but like if I'm out of town and it's just one of those nights we having a good time, I meet somebody, then boom, I don't have to see you anymore, because maybe you came from out of town too. There's no need for us to connect after this. We just had a good night. It just ended on a good night. And I also want people to realize that your sexual being is not bad. Like, if you want to go out and have, you know what I'm saying, be free one night with this guy, be free one night, that's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to feel like you need to be judged by that, because that's just your sexual preference. Not to say that you need to go do that, but I'm just saying, like, that's just your sexual preference. And a lot of women feel as though, like, they can't be free because they don't want to be judged by this man or the next female or this or whatever like that. Like, if you want to go do 100 men a day, that's still your sexual preference, but live by that. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder, like, the urge is in you to do 100 people a day.
Exactly.
you gotta be on the move. I feel like, if you are ashamed of something, if you can't tell nobody, then don't do it.
Right.
But if you can openly,
so it's yours. It's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel confident. I'm content with me going and do 20 dudes today and 20 dudes tomorrow, because that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's not for you. That's me.
Yes, and own it, sis.
Yeah.
You gotta own that.
Out of those 20, somebody got to be good.
So how do we own our sexuality?
Being confident. Like, being confident and not think. That's just like I feel like owning sexuality, it's just the same as being a content creator. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to block whatever I want to do just because I feel like you're not going to like it. You know what I'm saying? So on the sexual side, I don't want to stop myself from exploring or not exploring, you know what I'm saying, like the spiritual route, as far as like not giving nobody my temple type deal. So like it's just balancing, finding what you want and going and sticking with that.
That is so important, like the balancing, especially on this journey. And so, but sis, we is in Atlanta, so how we maneuver that, because there's a lot of HIVs moving around.
Listen, you gotta be. Listen, you have to be. Sex is one thing. Now, being precautious on your health topic about it, that's another thing. Like, I really do feel that we have to be safe out here, and being safe is knowing our status. So, it's been plenty of times where I'm like, if you want to take it this far right here, we're gonna have to go to the clinic. We're gonna have to go to the doctor. We're gonna have to make sure everything is good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some people feel as though like they can't even talk about that. Like, I can't even, like, if me and you start dating, like, I feel like I shouldn't be afraid to say, I want you to go get tested. I want to go get tested. But I'm telling you, that's even a hard conversation to have for some folks.
Wow. And that should just show their character.
Right.
Like, are you taking care of yourself, brother?
Right.
Because, hey.
Because if you want to get to the down and dirty, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel as though, like, we should take care of ourselves. We should know our status.
Yes. Why not go on a date to the clinic?
Exactly. That could be the start of it, right? When we go get tested, let's go get something to eat. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So how is it about just breaking the shell to be comfortable with, like, talking about, okay, let's go check our status. Yeah. Let's go to the clinic. For real. How does that work?
It's all about your partner too. Like, I don't want to be in any situation where I can't be myself. Me knowing that I'm on this health, like, I know that I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, have to deal with later on figuring out how we got this, or did, you know what I'm saying, did one of us start or had something prior to us engaging in this sex or whatever. So I feel as though, like, let's take that extra precautions and let's go see. But you have to have somebody that you feel comfortable with having the conversation, and then if you don't feel comfortable with having that conversation with them, then that's telling you something already. You know what I'm saying? If I can't come to you and say, I want to go get tested, I don't know if that's somebody I want to be with. If you go look at me like, why she want to go get tested? You think I got something, you want to go get tested? No.
Right, you sound suspect, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
You sound suspect. Right. Over here offended by.
Because I don't want to go get tested.
Right, like, with you.
Right.
Right, if you want, because that just shows just the self-love you have within yourself. I believe if you are offended that we about to get tested,
I
want my temple.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, my goodness. So how do you choose the right partner for you? What do you look out for?
For as far as just sex, or for as
a quality person?
You say as far as sex. I'm like, what we talking about? I go up to him and say, let me see. All right, yeah, that's good. Let's go. No, I don't know. It's I don't know. Like, my biggest thing is who I can be myself around. First of all, if I can be my silly / crazy / a pout face, crybaby, my attitude. If I can bring all of that to you and you still can deal with me, then I'm like, this brother right here might need to stick around a little longer. Yeah. But I don't know, it's just like fitting with somebody.
It's literally to the puzzle.
Right.
You just gotta know me.
Right. What about you? How about your
Man, the quality, what I look for as a quality of a person is communication. It's so good for me. Like, I like to talk. You know this. Exactly. Right? So if you can talk to me, but not just small talk, but stimulate my mind.
Teach me something. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us feed off of each other, that we're actually both of us growing. Like, I don't want to be the one that, let me show you this, let me show you this, let me teach you this, let me teach you. Nah.
Oh yeah, I'm not your mother.
Right, exactly.
So knowing the difference between that, I personally want my man to lead. Lead me. I don't. Exactly. I mean, we're gonna lead together, but Come on, brother, be the head.
And from the little stuff, because I remember I was walking and damn, I don't even know if I need to call this dude my dude or is this my friend. I don't know what we're doing, but. And it was just something so simple. We were walking and he opened the door and like put his hand behind my back and then just was like, and I was like,
Shivery not dead.
Like, is that? I was like, yes, King, I want to go. Yes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm for real.
The little things,
yeah.
But I feel like it's being lost right now because unfortunately black women feel like we got to be independent. We don't need a man no more. And that's not the way we should be thinking.
No, I feel like just as much as a man needs a woman or whatever the case may be, vice versa, we need that too, because that balances us. Like me being a strong-headed female and on my shit, like on the go, doing, you know, everything like that. Like he brings that softness to me. Like, yes, I do need this love. You know what I'm saying? Like they bring like a good guy for somebody like myself brings that, like, yeah, let me chill. You know what I'm saying? Like ease me. Because I've been running, trying to be this strong black woman. So let me come to you and now like you stimulate me to ease. Yes. Breathe.
So we can finally step into our feminine energy because as being this strong black woman, we in our masculine energy, especially when we don't have a mate or a partner. Right. So we gotta handle everything. We gotta take out the trash.
I'm strong. I'm mad. I don't even know why I'm upset. It's the man in me. You know what I'm saying? Like so that dude brings that calmness, you know what I'm saying? It brings that room for me to breathe and for me to just be this female that I am. You be the man.
Wow, yes. Yeah. I think that's so necessary that a woman be a woman. Step into your feminine energy, so that's your power.
Yes.
When you step into that, taking that's a whole nother level. Because I feel like right now the roles are reversed. We got a lot of brothers acting feminine, and we got a lot of women acting masculine. Yeah. So we all off the rib.
Yeah. So you just gotta find what works. Yeah. Find what works for you. If you want one of those guys that you can push over, you can, you know what I'm saying, treat like a little limb and all that kind of stuff. That's what you get. But you know, if it balances with you, maybe you're the soft one and you need somebody strong, or vice versa. If you hard and need somebody soft, like you get what works for you. You have to find what works for you.
Make it make sense for you. I just seen this post on Instagram. I would love to get your opinion on it. It says, if you are not married, you single. If you living with someone, you single. If you have a kid with someone, you single. What you think about that?
I feel like that's the same thing. I really feel like that's true too. But it's actually what me and my partner agrees on. Like you know, we're single, but at the end of the day, like, what do we have? What agreement have we come to? You can't talk to nobody else. I can't talk to nobody else. We're not sleeping with nobody else. You know, this is us. This is our relationship that lead into marriage, or is this just our relationship? Like, this is just what this is, type deal. So I really do feel like you're single until you get to that. But not everybody want marriage though. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want marriage?
Yes, I want marriage. I want the house with the acres and the kids and all of that. Like I want all of that. Yeah.
So what is the quality of a wife? What is your
quality of a wife? Of course, you know the book says, and I don't know what book this is, but somebody said the cook, the clean, and all of that, or whatever. But I don't agree. I don't believe in that theory anymore. It's what works. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what works. And especially dating creatives, you know, we don't have a regular schedule. So it's like what works. If I'm away all day and you already home or doing whatever like that, like you shouldn't have to expect for me to come home and then still do if you were home and can get that done. So it's what works for you. But if you end up with somebody who feel like you got to come in, cook, clean, I got to do this, I got to look like this for you every day, blah, blah, blah. That's shit for the birds.
Oh, yeah. I don't believe that as women, as wives, you have to do chores.
Yeah, right. You have to do chores. I never thought about it that way. Right.
You feel me?
Why am I doing chores?
I feel like as a wife, you are really there to be your husband's peas. But I think it got us all confused, like especially men thinking, oh, I need a wife to do chores for me.
No. Just vice versa. I don't want you to be my son, and I'm not about to be your kid either. So, like I said, what works? Just if we both can take the time out to clean, to wash, to like take care of the kids, like let's do that. Yeah. But don't expect for me to come in and do everything. Like, nah.
Come on. I love in the book, you said the reason why she ain't getting wet is because you ain't doing it right.
Y'all think I'm playing? It starts right. I'm telling you, it starts right here. Like, this controls that. This controls, you know what I'm saying? Like, it starts right there. If you can't stimulate right here, she knows. She knows. Like, and me and my homegirl had a conversation before. Like, we was like, yeah, you know how you supposed to be finished with a guy and then you end up going back just for the sex. I don't know how many times afterwards. Yeah. But then after a while, like, it starts. It's not as good as it used to be. It's why? Because this right here is already leaving. She's like, him again? Like, I thought we was, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, I thought you said we were finished with that. So they're not, you know what I'm saying? It's not even matching up anymore. So it's not, I feel like it's not as good as when you had me here.
So how do you truly let go of someone that is toxic for you, even though you feel like the sex is good? Because you see that a lot. I see a lot of women run into that.
Yeah, and because we still go back. I think it's because starting over is one thing, starting new is one thing, but then this is something I'm used to. So why it's so easy for me to go back and run back to something that I'm used to. I've been there before, but. What was your question?
Keep going back to someone that is toxic.
You got in order to stop going back to somebody that's toxic, like you have to talk yourself out of that, or make yourself believe that is toxic. I don't need that. Like, that is clearly I'm working too hard for that situation. Yeah. I used to talk in the mirror. I used to go in the mirror and I used to be like, "Is you so stupid?" I'm so serious. I used to be like, "You so stupid. What are you doing?" Like, this dude just showed you that you know what I'm saying, that this is how he feel about you. Like, what are you doing? And I would talk to myself out loud. I'm like, heck yeah, I'm stupid.
We got to slap ourselves with some powder and get right.
Keep going, I promise you. But once you realize how toxic it is, but some people, it's not that easy. Like, I can't go and say that for the next woman, just go in the mirror and talk to yourself. You can get over that. Like, it sometimes it's not that easy, because I don't know how deep they were in this toxic relationship. Some people live for the toxic. So me leaving for real, I don't really want to do that, because that's what gets me wet. That toxic. So
see, you said that's what gets me wet. I can't, you know. For me personally, I know a lot of people thrive off of, being crazy. Like, I believe that sometimes we get so digmatized, want to bang out the window,
flashing tires and all that kind of stuff.
But that's not healthy, son.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, but the sex is good. Right. But that's it? That's the only thing that's good?
Right. I don't know, and like I said, that she can probably be like, you feel that way because you ain't getting it, because you never, you know what I'm saying, like, you ain't getting it. You don't know crazy until you get this. But I don't want that. I don't want that.
But I don't want that.
Right. I don't.
So how does it feel truly to, like, get your G-spot, like the right spot? Right. How's that go?
See, and it's all about learning your body. It's all about. I remember a while ago, one of my homegirls told me, I'm not calling any names, but one of my homegirls, she stepped out on the relationship. She ended up having sex with somebody else, and then she came back, and she had sex with her dude, and her dude was like, something was different. Yeah, and I'm just like, dang, is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy that it's that serious that you can really know your girl body or know your guys or whatnot, and so you can feel when something has changed. You know what I'm saying? So of course the size could have been different or something like that, but something changed for him to know, like, something's not, you know what I'm saying? Wow. Something's not right, because I'm used to being able to just do this and this, you know what I'm saying, and I can get you there. But now it's like, I don't know, I tried that stroke twerk, you know what I'm saying? That didn't do it this time. What's going on?
Oh yeah, but you gotta get the brothers right, because you wrote a whole book.
Yes,
sex education. Show us.
And it's like, it's not just about how to have sex. Like I said, a big part of it is being comfortable with sex and being comfortable with actually talking about this topic with not just your partner but with your girlfriends, or you know what I'm saying, like being comfortable with that, not to be judged. And also, like, you can catch, I can slide through it, like also you can catch like some activities.
Oh yeah, it's so
like,
good.
And then
it's hilarious.
Like, different
the pictures and
right.
everything.
So it's like and then this right here I have a discussion page. It's a discussion, and we talk about the chapter prior so that we both can be on the same page. Like, let's talk about it.
Wow,
so remember, it's discussion.
Clever.
Hey. So yeah, it's a lot more than just let me teach you how to doggy style. Like, it's not that. Like, it's way deeper than that, but it's actually humor to it as well.
Wow, I would love to hear a poem. If you can spit a poem for us.
A poem off the dome. I have a poem here. All right, so I can read a piece of something. I guess. Foreplay plays a big part in how the Nutsi reacts as well. Nutsi is another. You will learn that in the book. Nutsi is another word for vagina or something like that. The Nutsi is triggered by touch and the brain. Touch is the easiest way out of the two to obtain the right friction you desire. Touch could be done with your hand, tongue, toys, or any other form of contact with the Nutsi. Oral sex is also a popular, in my opinion. Even if the person giving oral sex doesn't quite know what they are doing, oral sex will still wet and add moisture from the mouth for penetration. Another good perk for oral sex during foreplay is awakening the clitoris. Once the clit is sensitive enough, the vagina is moisturized. The penetration becomes better and better with each moisturized, area. During the eating process, you can start opening the Nutsi with one finger at a time, a slow twirl finger inside while nibbling at the clit. Just gives a two-part feeling for the female. You can keep it basic with one finger too. It depends on what she like, and that's what you will learn, like what she like.
Wow, you a whole sex expert out here. And it's so necessary because brothers sometimes, I believe that just thinking about their pleasure, how they can get off. So can you leave us with some advice for the brothers to think about your woman? Because that's what it is,
right? Like learning her body and learning what she like. Like I said, it's different for every person. Like, I could be a titty girl. I want you to nibble on my titties. You know what I'm saying? He can go to you. You don't like that because you're just not fond of people straddling your breasts. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually the male and female. We just have to learn what works for our partner or what works for whoever it may be. And then a lot of that takes trial and error. A lot of that takes us actually like doing the do, and then a lot of that takes conversation. Like, why aren't we having conversations about what you like? Like, that's something that's nothing that you should be afraid to tell somebody, you know what I'm saying, or be felt as though like, dang, I don't know if I should like that, but I want to tell her, you know what I'm saying, like for y'all freakity freaks. But
yes, for the freakity freaks though, I heard that the man's G-spot is in the booty. How you feel about that?
Hell, how they feel about that? How they feel about that? But I mean,
but if your dude said, "Can you do that for me?"
That's you gotta find for your preference. If you know you like receiving pleasure from the back as a male or whatnot like that, and you have a female, then if you feel like she's with the get down to go, then you all good. So you just have to find a way to bring that up in conversation, or find a way to sneak into that position, because you never know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what's her limitation until you actually talk about it, or until
we gonna have to be married for some years if my brother
you
that's a
whole dollar line. So y'all, Tara's not doing it.
My goodness, what's your definition of a freak?
I don't know. And like the first thing people always like to say, especially when they find out I'm a Scorpio, oh, you a freak. And I'm like, what does that actually, you know what I'm saying, mean? Like, because being a freak can be different. Being a freak to one person can be, oh, she a freak because she like giving head all the time. To another person, oh, she a freak because she likes public sex. To another person, oh, she a freak because she like talking about sex all the time. So it actually depends. That's why I'm like, when they say, oh, you a Scorpio, you a freak, what does that actually mean? Like, you see me? You see me?
I didn't want to know. What does that mean? And I be wanting to know what makes a woman or a man a hoe.
Right. So that's what makes. Is it because you feel as though like you've had sex with these many people, like this many people or whatever like that? I don't think that's what makes anybody a hoe. Hold on. I don't think the number of people you've had sex with makes you a hoe. Just like we was talking earlier, the girl that wants to go have sex with 20 people today, 20 people tomorrow. That's her sex perfect. Yeah. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what she feels as though fulfills her sexuality. So I can't judge you off of that.
Yeah.
But I really do feel like the double standard need to be dealt with. Like, we can't think that men can go out here and sleep with all these women or whatnot like that, and he's just being a man when a female wants to go and explore and sleep with different men. Oh, now she's a hoe. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That double standard has to like die.
You said it has to die. So you don't be judging?
Do I be judging? No, now I don't. You know why? Because I said that all the stuff that I did in high school, all the stuff that I've done and that I did in college, none of that matters now. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that matters now. So it's just like, no, I don't judge. Like, if you want to go do that, 10 years from now, we can have the same conversation. I'm like, remember when we was talking and I did them 20 dudes? That doesn't matter now. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah. I think it's honesty for me. Yeah. Honesty is key. Yeah. I feel like if I can talk to you about my point of view and you talk to me about your point of view, it's your life, my life.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
Of course you're gonna have people to judge. It's gonna be people that's gonna say something about it because that's not what they're living, but that's not what you're living. This is how I want to do it. This is me. So,
and that's beautiful how you're so comfortable in your skin and what you think, how you feel, and your sexuality is all powerful. So leave us off with owning that. So just drop some wisdom on that.
You just have to own, especially if we're talking just like sex wise or whatever like that. Like, go in knowing what you want and be confident in trying to express that to your person, so you won't be stuck with having sex all these times or whatever and you're not satisfied. Like, that's not the key. Like, go in, don't be afraid, learn to communicate, talk about those topics and subjects that you feel as though like this is going to be awkward. That's okay. The sex is going to be good. That's it. Just realizing exactly what you want, trying stuff out to figure out what else that y'all want, come to an agreement. Like, yes, we both like this, so let's continue to do this.
Necessary. Where can we keep up with you? Come on, girl, plug everything you got going on.
Right. That's just sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good for you. Like, sex is good for you.
It's so good.
That you can get my book on Amazon. You can also hit me up if you don't have my telephone number. DMs. I have hard copies that I can go drop off to you, and you can get my little signature on that.
Can't wait to get mine.
Yes, you can get my little signature on that. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of little stuff, to get it out there.
Ain't nothing little.
Oh, I'm gonna be doing a lot of great things to get it out there. Even like different conversations with couples to try to like have them embrace like who you really are. Like I said, my biggest thing is I want to be with somebody that I can be myself with.
Yes. Come on. And I love how you said written by a black woman. What was the mindset behind saying that?
Because sex education, all throughout college, I took a sex education. I talk about this in the book too. I took sex education because I love that topic. Even in high school, I was a peer educator, and my thing was to actually educate about sex. I have a nonprofit, and it's about females, women talking to females about, sex and different things that could happen when it comes to sex, avoiding different situations. Like, it goes deep. So when I was in school, in college, like, my professor, white.
You don't know me, brother.
Right. And then when I compare that to flicks, I hate watching white flicks. I'm like, this is not showcasing anything that I'm interested in. Like, nah, this is not right. So I'm just like, let's get that from a black woman's
perspective. Come on.
Right, perspective.
Yes,
point of view.
yes.
Like, let me tell y'all from my side or from our side and the other black women that couldn't agree with me.
Oh, that was a great strategy.
Yeah, thank you.
When I seen that, I was like, oh, I can relate to this.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And it's not Miss Nancy or whoever she might be telling me, like, you know what I'm saying, what I should be doing with sex. Like, no, you know, black people always take something and put a little twist to it anyway.
Yeah.
So that little dry little head you talking about, like, nah.
Oh my goodness. I seen a white lady, she had a viral video saying that a lot of times men are just jacking off the vagina. They're not even like getting the woman aroused anymore.
See?
I said, so these people out here having all these kids and all he did was jack you off, sis?
It's crazy. That's why I say you gotta find out what works for you. That wouldn't work for me, but it's crazy.
That is, man. I appreciate you, Pnut, so much.
No, thank you, girl, for coming in. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get deeper into this. Like, we really everybody need to go get their copy so we can go ahead and get together and start reading and learn.
Honestly, what if we have a book club?
Yes. So
Hey, we're gonna get ready for Valentine's Day.
right. For real.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in, tapping in. And you know, we're gonna meet you at the top, baby.
Exactly.
Peace.